You don't care?
No, I don't.
Why not? You recently met with Donald Trump in Florida. What did you guys talk about?
I don't think people should care what the media thinks about them. They're terrible judges of character. And you asked for it. Otherwise, I would not do this interview.
What the study shows, and you said you like transparency. I'm going to show you this, and
Don, you can get a study that will tell you whatever you want. I think you.
And I'm not trying to upset you.
Well, you are upsetting me because the way you're phrasing the questions, I think, is not cogent.
Elon Musk is on a rampage, steamrolling woke journalists like he's playing Twitter demolition derby in real life. His latest casualty? Don Lemon, former CNN anchor turned rogue commentator. Once on decent terms, their relationship unraveled quicker than CNN's ratings once Musk realized Lemon wasn't just woke, he was its poster child. As expected, Musk didn't hold back, firing off comebacks so sharp they sliced through social media like a Tesla in ludicrous mode. But what sparked this fiery clash? And just how savage were Musk's responses? Grab your popcorn. This one's scorching.
Do you think that you wouldn't get in trouble or you wouldn't be criticized for these things?
I'm criticized constantly. I could care less.
You don't care?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't think people should care what the media thinks about them. They're terrible judges of character.
Musk and Lemon weren't always at odds. In fact, they were set to collaborate, with Lemon gearing up to host a show on Twitter. The deal looked solid. No fuss, no drama. But Musk, always playing chess, decided to put things to the test. He invited Lemon to Tesla HQ in Texas for an interview, an encounter that proved both explosive and revealing. Lemon's performance? A meltdown of epic proportions, crashing harder than a disastrous PR campaign.
You recently met with Donald Trump in Florida. What did you guys talk about?
I was at a dinner. I was not done. I was at a breakfast at a friend's place, and Donald Trump came by. That's it.
So you didn't go there to meet him?
No, I went to a friend of mine's house, and it said Donald Trump's coming by for breakfast. Is that, just so you know, like, okay, fine.
Lemon's first blunder? Suggesting Musk had a covert meeting with Donald Trump, hinting at a hidden agenda. Musk, ever composed and strategic, clarified that the encounter was purely coincidental. Trump had simply stopped by a mutual friend's house while he was there. But Lemon wouldn't drop it, insisting on a deeper conspiracy.
Do you think that you wouldn't get in trouble or you wouldn't be criticized for these things?
I'm criticized constantly. I could care less.
You don't care?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't think people should care what the media thinks about them. They're terrible judges of character.
What started as an interview quickly spiraled into a desperate attempt to force a narrative, while Musk remained a masterclass in restraint and logic. Shutting down the theory with ease, Musk barely had time to breathe before Lemon's next move took a bizarre turn. He bluntly asked if Trump had ever solicited money from him, fishing for controversy. Musk didn't just reject the notion, he dismantled it entirely, leaving Lemon scrambling for something, anything, to salvage control.
Did he ask you for money?
You didn't.
Did he ask you for a donation?
No.
He didn't.
Grasping for momentum, Lemon switched tactics, pressing Musk on Twitter's content moderation and allegations of rising hate speech. But Musk was ready. He coolly highlighted Twitter's transparency and legal adherence, dismantling Lemon's claims with ease and leaving his arguments grasping for solid ground.
You recently called content moderation, though, a digital chastity belt. Do you think that you believe that X and you have some responsibility to moderate hate speech on the platform?
I think we have a responsibility to adhere to the law, and we have a responsibility to be transparent about when things are shown, why they're shown. That's why we open source our algorithm. I think once you start going beyond the law, now you're putting your thumb on the scale.
At this point, it was obvious Lemon's strategy was failing. Musk stayed composed, countering every argument with cold, hard logic. Undeterred, Lemon doubled down, citing studies and statistics to back his claims. But Musk wasn't having it. He swiftly tore through the data, exposing how many of these studies selectively cherry-pick information to fit a preset agenda.
It doesn't concern you that hate speech has gone. Research shows that it's gone up on the platform since you took over. That's not concerning to you?
I believe that is false. In fact, the research that I've seen says it went down.
The study from the Institute of Strategic Dialogue found that anti-Semitic tweets doubled from June 22 to February 2023. One study reported that as many as 86% of the posts reported for hateful content remained up after being reported. Hate speech on the platform is up.
So what they will typically do is they will count the number of posts, but not count the number of views. So what matters is, was that post given high visibility, or what did like one person see it? And if you look at the number of views of how many times was hate content viewed on our platform, it is down substantially.
Yeah. Well, that's not what the study shows. And you said you like transparency. I'm going to show you this. And
Don, you can get a study that will tell you whatever you want.
As the tension peaked, Lemon shifted focus to Musk's views on DEI programs, implying his criticism lacked merit. But Musk didn't hesitate. He pushed back hard, arguing that lowering standards in critical fields like medicine could have life-threatening consequences. His response sliced through Lemon's narrative with surgical precision, leaving little room for rebuttal.
You claim that DEI is killing people. Specifically, you point to medicine. You claim that DEI programs are putting people at risk. Do you really believe this to be true? And what evidence do you have to support it?
What I was referring to there was that if we lower the standards for doctors, such so that they, if the test for a doctor is lowered, then the probability of them making a mistake and killing someone is obviously going to be higher.
Musk's unwillingness to cave to woke narratives and advertiser pressure proved to be the breaking point. When challenged on brands pulling out of Twitter, he didn't waver. Instead, he doubled down, reaffirming his commitment to free speech, even if it meant taking a financial hit.
Let's talk more about free speech and for advertisers, right? Because all this controversy, I believe, as you know, has made X less appealing to advertisers. About half of them have left the platform. You call advertisers that left X.com. You said they were oppressors. You've even gone as far as saying it publicly that they can go F themselves or go for themselves.
If they're going to force censorship on the company before advertising, then obviously I find that unacceptable.
Yet another worn-out critique of Elon Musk's defiance against advertisers pushing for censorship on X. Musk has been crystal clear. Speech stays unless it breaks the law. Sounds simple, right? Not for Don Lemon, who still can't seem to wrap his head around it. Musk's stance is firm. The boundary is legality, not hurt feelings. And yet, here we are, watching the same tired outrage play out. Spoiler alert, this doesn't end well.
You can absolutely choose next to which content do you want your advertising to appear. Absolutely, of course. And we have, I think, very good ad placement controls in this regard.
Yeah. So you said if they kill the company, it's them. But doesn't the buck stop with you? I mean, you're
Don, I have to say, choose your question carefully. There's 5 minutes left.
At this point, Musk's frustration was palpable. His patience wearing thin as Lemon's questions became almost comically predictable. Engaging with the woke mob must feel like arguing with a brick wall, except this one occasionally lobs back the same recycled talking points. The pattern never changes. No matter how many times Musk counters with logic, data, and real nuance, it's met with willful ignorance and the same tired accusations. You could almost hear him thinking, how many times do I have to debunk this? For someone like Musk, who thrives on innovation and forward momentum, being dragged into these shallow, circular debates must feel like trying to launch a rocket while someone clings to it, demanding he justify gravity.
I acquired X in order to preserve freedom of speech in America, the First Amendment. And I'm going to stick to that. And if that means making less money, so be it.
So I have to be, listen, I'm just being honest, right? I'm not trying to, get you or anything. I was just surprised that you would blame other people for killing the company. I mean, when you say the buck stops with the President of the United States, regardless of what happens, right? So, why would that question upset you? You seem upset by it, are you?
I think you.
And I'm not trying to upset you.
Well, you are upsetting me because the way you're phrasing the questions, I think, is not cogent.
Oof. That had to sting. But let's be real, it was well-deserved. If you keep poking a beehive after repeated warnings, don't be shocked when you get stung. Don Lemon, in all his wisdom, thought he could corner Musk and walk away untouched. Spoiler alert, he didn't. He assumed he could provoke the billionaire, but Musk didn't just bring matches. He came armed with a flamethrower and a smirk. The result? Lemon got scorched, while Musk walked away unscathed, barely ruffled.
If you moderated yourself more, if there was better content moderation on the platform, that you wouldn't have to answer these questions from reporters about the great replacement theory as it relates
I
to
don't have to
Democrats,
answer these questions.
great replacement theory as it relates to Jewish people? Do you think that
I don't have to answer questions from reporters. Don, the only reason I'm doing this interview is because you're on the X platform and you asked for it. Otherwise, I would not do this interview.
Pro tip: don't start fires you can't handle. But Lemon wasn't done. He escalated things further by suing Elon Musk and Twitter for $1 million. Accountability clearly wasn't on his to-do list. Classic woke mob strategy. When they don't get their way, they throw tantrums instead of reassessing. This time, the stakes were higher, and the whining was louder. In the end, Lemon's attempt to outmaneuver Musk backfired spectacularly. Whether it was failing Musk's unwoke test or slapping down a lawsuit, his moves were more about optics than substance. Meanwhile, Musk remained unshaken, dismantling weak arguments and proving once again why he's a billionaire disruptor. The interview wrapped with Musk visibly irritated but unwavering. Lemon's repeated attempts to trap him fell apart, exposing just how fragile woke journalism really is. Musk's calm, calculated responses clashed with Lemon's desperate push for controversy, leaving one undeniable takeaway: Elon Musk wasn't budging. And that's the Elon Musk versus Don Lemon showdown, a battle of wits where Musk didn't just win, he dominated. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.